So, welcome back to Bearcade. I'm Matt, and today I figure I'd do something a little different. I was waiting for a friend to do a live chat, and it didn't quite work out. So, I figure I just record a little bit, set up in front of my arcade cabinets. Right now, I have three of them back here. I have a arcade one up, I have a Arkanoid, and a Midway cabinet. And so this weekend on Saturday, I sold one of my first cabinets I ever bought. I sold off my Sega Turbo, and it was a stressful situation. Um, like when you list things on Craigslist and multiple sites, you want to make sure that you're within a reasonable price. So, excuse me, I didn't know where exactly what a reasonable price would be for my cabinet. So I kind of looked around and I saw that, a fully working was like around 400. So I figure because mine had some issues, I would do, 200 or, even like my lowest would be 100. And I texted the guy, he seemed really nice. And I was like, you want to come over today and look at it? And he seemed all interested and really nice at first. And then, so I texted him before he left, would you do $100? He didn't answer anything back to that, but he came over, and as he's looking at the cabinet, he takes the game from basically the bottom of this steering wheel, which is already taped up, and proceeds to try to lift the cabinet. I told him, like, wait a second, I can pull the cabinet out. I can pull it forward for you. I just got to figure out how to do it. And he got impatient and was pulling the steering wheel, pushing it upward. And the guy ends up damaging my game. And he just didn't think anything of it. And he kept talking to me. And I just stopped him and I was like, this is really hard. Like this hurts that, my game is damaged now. He didn't say anything about it. And, it became the point of, oh, how are we going to get this upstairs to my truck? Well, we didn't even exchange money yet. He didn't tell me how much he's giving me for my game. And that was just such a red flag. So I called for my partner to come down here, and we eventually moved the game and stuff. So he asked me if I would do 75. And I said, no, I really want 100. And I asked him, he was talking about his arcade one-ups and 25 different cabinets he owned and whatnot, and showing me pictures. And I asked him, would you do 75 and do a one-up riser? Because I really don't think those are worth much. It's just particle board placed together, to hold these cabinets up. He said he wouldn't do it. And by that time, I was pretty upset at the fact that he broke my game already. I'm like, nobody else is going to want to buy my game. It was already having issues. And I told him all the issues with the game, that the monitor, I think it had an issue, the monitor, because it would get wavy, and that the game had graphical glitches. But then he just kept, like, he didn't even seem interested in the cabinet by the end. And then he was kind of looking around my basement trying to price out other stuff. And he looks at my pinball machine and asks me, oh, how much would you want for this? I said, I'm not selling it. I just put new lights in it. Oh, I'll give you $250 for it. So I just told him, let me think about it. I think at that he might even said 200, and then later on said 250. But we get the game out to the truck. My boyfriend helps him bring it out to his truck, which he owns his car dealership, puts it up there, and he doesn't have a ratchet strap. So I lend him mine, and I still haven't gotten it back. That was on Saturday, and it's Monday now. So hopefully I can stop over at his car dealership and get this. But at this point, I just don't even think I'm going to get it back. But he stands in his truck bed, takes out his wallet, and proceeds to tells me, he didn't have enough change, to pay me $100 for my arcade cabinet, but proceeds to brag and fold out all these $50 bills. And he's like, look at all this money you could get for your pinball machine. And it already made me feel like shit to get an offer on a cabinet. And I know like I would make a profit off of it, but I really like my pinball machine and my friends enjoy that game. A lot of times when we do movie nights or game nights, I'll set up the pinball machine. My mom will play, or Francis will play, my boyfriend. So he said, asked me again as he's flailing his money about. And I said, no, I'm sorry. I can't see two of my babies go in one day, because it was really hard to see that cabinet go. Turbo is an awesome game, but it was just glitching out, and I just could not figure out what to do with it. I'm still learning how to fix these cabinets, and it was really hard to see it go. I really broke down after seeing the game up on the truck. I told Francis, like, hey, I gotta lay down. I can't handle this. It kind of went from being sad to, when he got back from church, to being angry, and I was just really frustrated with the situation. And yesterday I just could not sleep because I just kept thinking about him damaging the steering wheel on my game, even though it's not my game anymore. It's in his hands. But I am happy that I have the games that I have. I'm happy that I have friends, that come play games with me. And we had a really good movie night on Sunday. So that just made up for all that. And I have to just look forward to the $80 I have to spend at Midwest Gaming Classic in Milwaukee. So I'm just very grateful for just that opportunity to be able to go to Midwest and see all the games down there. And I get to go with my best friend. So I just have to look forward to that. But you guys have a great night. I have a live stream to do on Discord. So you guys have a good one.